For this quite interactive lesson, to be honest, we're going to be using Android Studio, and we're just going to handle some input from buttons and do a bit of event programming. So people have been kind of talking about it and want to progress, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start Android Studio. If you're using IntelliJ or something, you should know how to basically create your own programs. I'm not going to cover any other IDEs. I'm going to cover Android Studio. If you chose to use something else, it's going to be up to you to work out how to change it over to your own one. Just because I don't have time to keep teaching 4 or 5 different IDEs or 2 or 3, just the one, and it's up to you. So, I'm going to go ahead, create a new project. We're going to use an empty activity, and we're going to call it button events, because that's where we were going. And we'll go ahead and we'll hit finish and it'll create it. So building the model, and Gradle's running, and we're using Java. And there we go. We're now up and running. Got our activity, and we've got your resources and got your layout, because this lets us see our main activity, which is over here. We've got our layout here. Now that's very small. Now we can go between code, split screen, and design. This is our palette here for choosing our components. I'm going to make this smaller because it doesn't need to be that large. And our navigator. So components, the actual component tree, how they work out. So if you've got the main background, basically a tree view, and the attributes for the components. So this is our designer, and this is our code. So right here where you've got this R. In Android Studio, the R kind of catch all. Basically it's your whole project resources. So resources layout, resources.layout, dot main activity, and it's there. And that's what that stands for. Just in case I'm just trying to work out what R means. So what we're going to go ahead and do, and take a button. We're going to drag it over. We're going to stick it on the page. I'm going to attach it to the side. I'm going to attach it to the bottom. And that just lets the button move around now. Got a little warning here. I'm just going to ignore them because the hard-coded string. And we're only going to use hard-coded string in this unit. I'm not going to worry about the rest of them. And down here in the attributes, we've got our button selected. We can change the text. I know it might be very small on your screen. It's very small on my screen also. But it's in alphabetical order, so we can go down to text. We can find it. And we put a resource in if we were going to change the languages, but we're not. So, going to put in the text, add to counter. There we go. I wrote add to count, but that'll do. And we're going to add to an on click event, which is in here, the attributes. Scroll down to on click. I've scrolled past it. There it's there, on click. There's no methods in the main activity Java file, so we can go ahead and just call one, name it add count click. I'm going to call it. Now, I'm not going to go. I think I've actually spelled that wrong. 2 L's in it. There we go. We'll go ahead and copy it. The method doesn't exist in our Java file yet. So we can go over here. Void. That's public void. And it's add count click. And it's getting sent a view. We can just call it view. Use a data type. Now we haven't added it yet, but we can import it. There we go. And in here, type in, do what we want when the user clicks a button. So that's where our code goes. I'm going to go ahead and save it as per normal, because I always recommend saving regularly. We'll grab an R button over. And we'll go ahead and we'll link it again. We're going to go to the text for this one. We're going to call it reset. and put an on-click event again. On click, reset button, click. Go ahead and copy it. We can go ahead and make that method also. Public void reset button, click. Get in a view again. View variable, and do what we want when reset button is clicked. Yeah. So that's that. Now, that's what we're going to do, because we're going to replace this text here from this. I'm going to press add to counter. We're going to change this with the counter, and we're going to reset it. And we're going to do a few things, like start off the reset button. We're going to disable it to begin with. Selected the button, go up, we'll find enable, and we'll turn it off. It'll go grey. Save. And we can basically handle that then. Button set button equals actually I'm not going to put any code in yet. I want to get all the set up before we get. So got all that, we've got this, and we'll pause there before we go on to the next video. So I just want to pause before we go on. The videos don't get too long.